Hello everyone, happy Friday. The reflection today is called We All Deserve a Styrofoam Cup. The story I'm going to share with you today is based on a true story of a former Undersecretary of Defense who was invited to speak at a large conference about 1,000 people. He was standing on stage with this cup in his hand, in a styrofoam cup. As he was getting ready to give his presentation and share his remarks, he took a sip of his coffee and looked down at this cup. And by sipping from the styrofoam cup, he went off script. He said to the crowd, "You know, last year I spoke at this same conference. Last year I was the undersecretary. When I spoke here, they flew me here on business class. When I arrived at the airport, there was somebody waiting for me to take me to my hotel. And when I got to my hotel, they already checked me in and they took me upstairs to my room. The next morning, when I came downstairs, there was somebody waiting to greet me in the lobby, and they drove me to this same venue. They took me through the back entrance and took me into the green room, handed me a cup of coffee and a beautiful ceramic cup. Then he goes on saying, I'm no longer the undersecretary. I flew here coach this time. I took a taxi to my hotel and I checked in myself. When I came down to the lobby this morning, I took another taxi to this venue, this very same location, and I came in the front door and found my way backstage. And when I asked somebody, do you have any coffee? He pointed me to the coffee machine in the corner and I poured myself a coffee into this styrofoam cup, and he held up the cup. He says that the lesson is that the ceramic cup was never meant for me. It was meant for the position that I held. I deserve a styrofoam cup. The message to this reflection is, my friends, remember that as you gain fame and fortune, as you gain positions and seniority, people will treat you better. They will hold doors for you and they will get you your coffee or your tea in a ceramic cup without even asking you. They will call you sir and they will call you ma'am. They will give you stuff. None of that stuff is meant for you. That stuff is meant for the position that you hold. It is meant for the level that you achieve as a leader or your success. Whatever you want to call it, you can call that. But you will always deserve a styrofoam cup. Remember that lesson, humility and gratitude? You can accept all the free stuff, you can accept all the perks, and you can absolutely enjoy them. But just be grateful for them and know that they're not for you. I remember going to my first conference with the previous organization that I worked for. I was with this organization for many years, but was newly announced as director in 2013. At this particular conference, I got to my hotel, and as I checked in, the clerk at the counter checking me in told me that my stay was all prepaid for by the organization's corporate office. I was so happy, thinking to myself how great it felt in that I wouldn't have to go back to my site to expense this stay into my expense report. Many years later, at each of these conferences, I was acknowledged and recognized, and again, my hotel was paid for until this past fall, right before the restructure of my department this winter. All other departments like mine went through the same organizational restructure. I noticed some things began to change. The acknowledgement and recognition stopped. My hotel stay at the last conference that I went to was not prepaid for anymore, and the people running the event seemed off and distant. So I turned to one of my colleagues who was from a different facility, but he did the same work as I did for the organization, and asked him if he felt the same vibes that I did, and he agreed. Well, about a month later, following this conference, we all at the site level was given notice that our departments were being restructured to the corporate level and that the local departments and positions were going to be eliminated. That there brought me back to this story that I heard some time ago. So my friends, I hope you enjoy this reflection today. We all deserve styrofoam cups only, not a ceramic cup, because they're never meant for us. Until next time, have a wonderful weekend, and thank you.